And again, thank you for coming. So if you don't know me and my story, you're gonna hear about it now. So my 6-year-old daughter, a few years ago, started having seizures and was diagnosed epileptic. And this was a really scary time for us and very hard and stressful. And it was like a domino effect for our whole family and life. A year later, I started having my own health issues. Just recently, on top of another autoimmune disease, they diagnosed me with thyroid cancer, among so many other things that this is just trifecta in. And a lot of that is because of the lack of support, the stress that's involved with having a child with a disability, especially one that, you know, your constant fight or flight for on when's the next seizure, and what's going to happen to that. You know, SUDEP is a huge thing, and that's always in the back of my head. And if anybody doesn't know, SUDEP is sudden, unexpected death from epilepsy, from seizures. And I just recognized that there was a lack of support for the parents and the siblings. I have 4 children, and my 4-year-old, my 11-year-old, all of them, they witnessed her have these seizures, and it's traumatic for me, so I can't even imagine how their little minds process it. It was hard to find any help. When there was help, it was hard to get it. And there's a lot of lack of knowledge in it and a lot of lack of just genuine support from people outside in the community. And really, you know, I had to change my entire career. I was working full-time in aviation for 8 years, going to school for my student pilot's license, going to school for my aviation management degree, and I had to drop all of that when this started happening. And stress is, as we all know, a huge trigger towards health issues. And then when I started having my own, I truly believe that they started happening because of the stress that I was under. So I started the Carolynn Children and Family Foundation. I named it after my daughter because she's my motivation to make a difference and make a change in this world on how people see and support the parents and the siblings and just the whole family thrive for children with disabilities, especially the hidden disabilities. You know, sometimes she looks and acts normal, and sometimes it's not the case. And I think a lot of people experience that, and a lot of families experience that. And so we prioritize mainly physical and developmental disabilities, and that's where we're targeting to help these families. So we do support groups once a month. Those are new. We do the support groups for the parents, and then we do another support group for the siblings, because it's really important. You know, this really affects everyone mentally. And again, stress is a huge trigger for your own health issues. And I really believe I want to take some of that burden, some of that stress off of these families. So maybe they're not going to experience as many things that I have experienced and gone through. So we want to be a light to these families. And we're constantly making more connections every day to help the community and these families thrive. And I think the biggest part of our mission is that we're not just out here to help the child with the disability. Yes, we understand how much it is to help that child as well. But the fact of the matter is the foundational support is really where this family is going to thrive. And that starts with the parents and even the older siblings. My 4-year-old knows to come tell me if something's wrong with her. He knows to recognize a seizure. And that to me is sad. So there are just so many reasons. And it's not just epilepsy. You know, I started this because my daughter has epilepsy, but paraplegics and severe autistic. And there are so many developmental and physical disabilities out there that I can only imagine these families are struggling in some of the same ways I have, and going through some of the same things, having to change their careers, having to go through their own mental and physical health issues because of the stress and things that they're undergoing. And to me, that is a problem. So, you know, I developed a great board of directors, and we're really we're out there trying to develop this. We have the support groups running. Some of our goals for our programs, we're going to do first aid and CPR courses for families, and then for all of the community, really, because families with children with disabilities are going to be more inclined to need CPR and first aid training. So we want to offer that to them. It's hard to find babysitters that are comfortable taking on a child with a disability. So if anything, that'll help just a little bit more. Organic food assistance, because a lot of these children have to be on special diets for their disability. And if they're struggling financially, they can't just go to any food bank and get whatever is there. They have to be picky and consistent. And if they can't afford to do that, or if the food bank doesn't have that type of food, they have to subject themselves to other domino effects from not being able to provide that. And I don't want that for these families. We want to provide assistance for them. They're helping apply for applications for assistance and Social Security and things like that. And those are just some of the programs and things we're implementing. We're partnering with the special needs community of Northern Nevada. They do a lot of play groups for children with disabilities, and they're wanting to expand and work into some other things too. So we're partnering with them to help them build up, because this is all about helping the families with disabilities in our community, one step at a time, whether that's, starting with other nonprofits to reaching out to families individually and things like that. So that's why we started this. That's where it's going. It's been really great. It's been a good journey. Since we've been doing this, it's opened my eyes to a lot more. And we are always looking for volunteers, especially now with my thyroid cancer. I'm really struggling to get things done. So we're always looking for volunteers to help make connections in the community with nonprofits, with families, with people, help implement these programs. If anyone is interested, please reach out to me. That's all I have to say. Thank you.